Bom dia amigos, and welcome to Portugal off-grid van life. Look where I am. I'm totally immersed in nature. This place is absolutely unreal. I'm in the mountains in central Portugal at the moment, and we've had 2 months living in a van. We'd never spent that long in a van before. I brought my tools with me, so I've been working a bit as well. It's been an amazing journey. We've had highs, we've had lows. There's been so much excitement. There's been a bit of trauma. It's really hard making that step and going towards a different lifestyle, just completely changing your life. But it's been unreal. I've documented all of this right from the beginning. So today I'm going to start by sharing my journey with you right from the start. So stay tuned and let's get into it. Cheers. So around 3 years ago, I started building small camper vans. They were completely off-grid. They were just small little units. They were really good for just getting away for a weekend, whatever. Then I started building larger vans, and we'd already decided over a year ago that we wanted to move off-grid. So as you can see, this is me already well into the build of my long wheelbase Sprinter van. It took me roughly 6 or 7 months in total, I'd say. It was actually over a much longer period of time than that because I was building so many other campers in between. It was actually really scary to begin with because when you were paying that much money for a van and then cutting holes in the roof and in the walls, in the doors, and one wrong move and it was, you'd think that it would, it was going to cost a lot of money. But totally smashed into it anyway. I've loved carpentry, so building all the cupboards from scratch and just working with wood and renting my own workshop. It was absolutely amazing. I really did enjoy building campers over those few years. But then we got to a point, we knew we wanted to live off-grid. We knew we didn't want to be in the UK anymore. So we started preparing to basically pack up and hit the road. And we've had many ideas around how we were going to do that. But there's absolutely nothing that really prepares you for it. Okay, so this is the van nearly finished. She's pretty together. As you can see, as the video's rolling, she's not quite there. There's a few finishing touches. I had to redo all the seats in the front, but that was just showing you where the batteries are, where the toilet cassette is. Here we can see the solar panels and the roof light. I've speeded the video up. You can see the awning there. The van's had a complete new respray. In the back there you can see the combi boiler. To the right there's a water pump and diaphragm and an MPPT. And this is the van almost finished on the inside. That was a heating duct which blows hot air. But yeah, I mean it was done to fine detail. It was absolutely beautiful. And it still is. And it's just working for us perfectly. We were nearly ready to go. I was just finishing up the last touches and then it was going to be time to pack everything up out of the workshop. My partner she'd already handed her notice in. She's a supervisor and a trauma counsellor. So she'd handed her notice in and we were getting ready to leave. It was exciting, but it was also extremely scary. So with the van finished, we swallowed our fear. We booked our ferry tickets for the 16th of September and we jumped on the ferry at Portsmouth, from Portsmouth to Santander. We ended up sleeping 2 nights on the deck because we couldn't book a cabin because we'd booked last minute and they'd completely sold out. So that was pretty hardcore and rough. But yeah, it was amazing ferry journey. Somebody got airlifted and taken to hospital. Not sure what was wrong with them, but that was a little bit of excitement on the ferry journey, not for them. And yeah, this is us coming off the ferry now, which was quite scary because we got pulled in at customs and they wanted to weigh and search the van. Well, we thought they were going to weigh and search the van. But they pulled us over. We had to wait for ages. And then the police came over, looked in the van and said, "You're free to go, guys," which was a massive relief because if they'd weighed us, they would have realised that we were just over 200 kilos over. So I was completely bricking it. Anyway, here we are getting off the ferry. On my right hand side, you can just see the sun rising in Santander, and we're just getting ready to leave the ferry port and head towards Riano. By the time we'd actually got this far, we couldn't believe it. This is us on the road to Riano. We never thought we were going to make it, and we were just absolutely wrecked at this point. I mean, it was beautiful and it felt amazing, but the build up to it had been absolutely crazy, and it was going to take quite a long time to get over. It was really surprising on how much the impact of getting ready to leave, just tying everything up, actually hitting the road, how much the impact it had on us. And at this point we hadn't even realised. We were just kind of like zombies. We were like, oh wow, this is amazing. But we were driving along, we were enjoying the journey, but God, were we wasted. When we actually got to Riano, it knocked our socks off. There's my little green van down there. It was breathtaking. So the next video is going to be on Riano and the next step of our journey. But as you can see, oh my God, what a spectacular place to spend our first night of our journey in Europe. Look at those mountains. And there's a whole other town underneath that reservoir. But I'll tell you all about it in the next video. So stay tuned and keep following. Don't forget to like and subscribe.